Storm Team.
Welcome back, everyone, into KX News at 4, where we did have a few showers rolling through in more of a lighter format earlier this afternoon. That's a product of what we call this weaker trough or disturbance, kind of stemming off of the main center of low pressure that remains stalled out at this point in time. While it's stalled out right now, it is going to be what will provide us with a major pattern change, specifically as we get closer to the end of the week. So a lot of those showers, again, well off towards our east here, even to the south and east of Highway 83 there. If you're closer to, say, Ashley, even up towards Medina, probably seeing the last of those showers building in right now at this point in time, leaving us with those areas of cloud cover. So as far as the rest of the evening is concerned, precision cast wise, we should relatively see, for the most part, these clouds kind of skirting away, leading us to kind of a brief return to clearing skies as we get past midnight here and into early tomorrow morning. That's just because of the fact that that weaker disturbance has moved out of here. We'll be left with a brief return to some of that sunshine again as we're waking up tomorrow morning. But notice how another slight increase in cloud cover could be coming into play as we approach closer to the early afternoon. So temperatures this evening, as a result of those clearing skies, going to stand a better chance at falling back closer to the low to even mid-20s. The only areas where we foresee a better shot at only dipping down into those lower 30s may in fact be down into South Dakota and the further east we're located, all coming down to where those areas of cloud cover kind of linger on the longest, essentially acting as a blanket to trap in some of that daytime heating. By tomorrow, pretty much a carbon copy temperature-wise of today, most of us reaching those upper 40s, the lower 50s. That is essentially right near average for this time of year in terms of where our temperatures should be landing. I can't rule out the possibility of a few stray showers up closer to the Canadian border, but regardless, I think most of us are going to stay relatively dry going into early tomorrow morning and even closer to the afternoon. As far as what's in store for the weekend, what we do know, what remains certain, we're about to get a lot chillier. As we get closer to Friday and Saturday, we'll be talking high temperatures only into those 30s compared to the potential for nearing 60s as we get closer to Thursday. So you can see that cooler plunge reinforced in as we get closer to Saturday, Sunday here, kind of gets dislodged. So fortunately, it's not a prolonged cool store here, but you can see as we get closer to Monday, even up towards Tuesday, more of that ridge building off towards our west here may in fact bring us a return to some of those above average temperatures. But until then, looking at Williston's next 5, still talking the upper 40s, low 50s for tomorrow. Beyond that, still talking the 50s. And then as we get into Friday and then Saturday and Sunday, yes, we're only talking highs into the 30s compared to overnight lows into the 30s for this evening and beyond that. As we look at Dickinson's next 5, very similar pattern and story here. 50s nearing 60 for Thursday and then 40s and 30s by the weekend. Here's Minot's next several days. Of course, we're still talking the potential for snow showers as we get into Saturday, about a 50 to 40% chance on that right now based on the latest guidance. That'll regardless put us into the 30s through at least early next week. And finally, looking at Bismarck's next several days, still talking near 60 for Thursday. Despite that, down into the 30s for highs going into the weekend. Could get lucky enough to get into more of a warm-up through early next week. Certainly can't say I've seen the 30s in a while here, Joel, so fortunately we'll have a little bit of a warm-up before that.
It's kind of smart what you did there, Vanessa, because just in case we had 2 or maybe 3 mosquitoes who didn't quite die off in that last frost, this ought to take care of them for good.
Hopefully they're gone and done with, and I'm certainly over with the wasps as well, so hopefully the cooler temperatures get rid of them.
We're going to knock out those bugs for good if it's the last thing we do. Vanessa, thank you so much.